The paints that Vermeer used to make Girl with a Pearl Earring are made up of pigments, which are colored powders, mixed with a binding medium. In this case, the binding medium is heat-bodied linseed oil. It was heated, at least in the background, to make sure that the paint was smooth, glossy, and easy to brush out. Also, a small amount of copper was added to the background in order to make it dry faster. The pigments that are used to make all of the different colors come from all over the world. And to find out more about them, let's take a trip to the conservation department. Behind me are some of the pigments that we use for retouching. Some of them are the same as the pigments that Vermeer would have used to make Girl with a Pearl Earring, and some of them are modern equivalents. In the Girl in the Spotlight project, we identified the pigments that Vermeer used to make Girl with a Pearl Earring. And using imaging technologies, we found out where they're located and mapped them throughout the painting. Here, let me show you some of the pigments that Vermeer used. The white pigment that Vermeer used to paint the girl's earring, collar, and her eyes is lead white. And lead white is made from lead ore. And through lead isotope analysis, we found out that Vermeer's lead ore came from England, specifically the Peak District region. The translucent reds he used is made of cochineal, which is made from insects that lived on a prickly pear cactus in Mexico or South America, then were crushed up to extract the red dye. The yellow in the girl's jacket is yellow ochre, and that could have been mined somewhere in Europe. The blue pigment in the girl's headscarf is ultramarine, which when is of really good quality, is a bright translucent blue like this. And if it's of a lesser quality, might be a bit grayish like this. But we know that Vermeer used really high quality ultramarine, which must have been very expensive in the 17th century because it's made from the stone lapis lazuli, which back then was more expensive than gold because it came all the way from Afghanistan. It's hard to imagine what color the background of Girl with a Pearl Earring might have been originally because it's changed over the course of time. We know from samples that he applied a translucent green paint on top of a black underlayer. And this green paint would have contained these two pigments. The yellow one is weld, made from a plant. And here's a piece of wool dyed with weld. And here's indigo. And indigo is the same dye used to dye your blue jeans. Together they would have made an intense dark green color. By investigating the geographic origins of the pigments in this painting, we not only learn about Vermeer's materials, but also about Dutch and world trade in the 17th century. Most of these materials would have been available for Vermeer to buy in his hometown of Delft. But one mystery remains. Where would he have got so much high-quality ultramarine to paint her headscarf?